Hello, and welcome to Super Metroid Randomizer Multi-Category Tournament 2022. We've got a matchup between Kupppo and Incompetent Perfectionist. I am Idle Child's commentator, as well as I'm also joined by Tracy.
Hi. Hi everyone. Yeah, you're not hearing double. I was just on this channel, back again, but this time with a very different race. We have our Swiss weak stick. This is a 1 in 4 matchup, so neither one of these runners is going to make it into brackets, but we want to give them their time too. So good to get everybody on restream as much as we possibly can.
Yeah, absolutely. Just feels like a deep tournament to me. A lot of really nowhere to hide in these brackets.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, you want to talk about our settings for this week?
Yes, so we've got Chozo, Light Area, and Boss Rando. So Boss Rando, that's easy. The 4 major bosses can be in any order except for the vanilla. All 4 cannot be in their vanilla location. And then Light Area, it's so if you think of like the wreck ship, it traditionally connects to the criteria through the moat, just past the moat, and then you have that's the front entrance, and then you get the back entrance to East Meridia. And so wreck ship will still connect to criteria, and it will still connect to East Meridia, but it could be shuffled. Wreck ship could be connected down here in lower Blue Grid Star, and it might be the back of wreck ship that's connected. Or it could be vanilla.
Yeah, Light Area is kind of interesting because you can get more knowledge without having to check everything out. And there's a little more standard routing. Like you're not going to be necessarily surprised as much, but things are still shuffled enough to make it interesting. And we do see bombs as our early item. This is Chozo, so this is a major item location. 25 Chozo locations, which include a boss reward for each boss. Those 25 items will be all our 16 major items plus 3 E-tanks, a reserve tank, 2 supers, 2 missiles, and a power bomb. What's interesting is everything logically is based on only the Chozo locations with some E-tank exceptions for anything that involves more than 3 E-tanks. But otherwise, it's all based on where things are at Chozo. So like these 2 E-tanks don't mean as much in terms of like hell runs and stuff, but definitely nice to have. But no ammo of any sort.
Yeah, that is interesting. No ammo, especially with this being an area randomizer. It could be interesting to see where our ammo pickup's going to be because they can't. The bombs opens up 230.
Yeah, so they can do 230. They can do Old Mother Brain, but that's not a Chozo location. But you're going to do it anyway and hope to get some out of logic power bombs or out of logic super missile. Even at this point, an out of logic missile pack would not be a terrible thing. And we can do BT, and if we don't get anything else, then we still can get the true transitions. Bombs also opens up Gauntlet. I don't know that either of these runners is going to want to do a bombs only Gauntlet, but we'll see.
At least they've got the energy tank in reserve for it. It wouldn't be too terrible. And getting to the front of it can be good. I know just the race I did just yesterday, one of the runners found speed at the front. They weren't able to get all the way through, but that was still great information. They knew how important it was to go back and get it later.
Yeah, I feel like in Chozo, that Gauntlet location is so much higher value because, again, you only have 25 locations. So the number of items that aren't good at those 25 locations, as opposed to the 34 in Major Minor, is just that much better.
It looks like the runners did pick up an out-of-logic super pack, or one of them. Or Kupppo did.
Yeah, it looks like Kupppo did the Old Mother Brain check, so got the super pack. It's like Incompetent Perfectionist, who we are going to refer to as IP. So we asked him, is that okay? He's like, yeah. He actually said, he's like, yeah, I didn't realize when I created this name that people would actually be saying it at first. So, Incompetent Perfectionist forever now, IP. Did not check the Old Mother Brain spot. We get a Chozo E-tank here at 230 missiles. Oh, IP, go back. Go get that item. It's a Chozo location. I mean, it's an E-tank, so if he never gets there, it's fine. But like right now, E-tanks You want them early. Like two E-tanks is really nice to have early on, especially if either one decides to do the gauntlet play.
And it's great information too. You mentioned that the Chozo locations are logically required. You might be able to deduce that the seed has put a super pack behind Sports Spawn and expects you to fight Sports Spawn to get your first supers. And if you know that, and you already have supers, then you can just skip that.
This is interesting. I didn't even think about it. IP, no ammo to check BT. So this is still out of logic. Where's our ammo?
I know, right?
Where's our logical ammo? Is this?
It's got to be a.
Oh my god! Is this gauntlet? Are we logical ammo at gauntlet? It was just like our logical could be just our logical missile pack at this point. It's really unfortunate that Incompetent Perfectionist didn't check those other locations because I think logically this has to be. Well, it doesn't have to be because you can bomb to the other entrances.
Correct. You've got
so this could be something else.
You don't know.
So those transitions, yeah, like one of those could be a green Brinstar connection, which could be any number of ammo packs. So probably, yeah.
If it's the top of a green sprint, that would not logically lead anywhere.
Right, because all those doors are red. Yeah, the question in chat: why are the supers out of logic? Anything not a Chozo statue doesn't count towards the logic. So those supers were picked up at the old Mother Brain location. Therefore, not logically required. The game basically gives you enough of everything to beat the game at a minimum. So that's all. All the major items: 3 E-tanks in reserve, 2 supers, 2 regular missiles, and a power bomb pack. A nice out-of-logic power bomb pack there at Terminator that we're very happy to pick up.
Yeah, that's very fortunate.
There's a missile pack. Now, Incompetent Perfectionist, IP is going to be down a couple E-tanks. If he never goes back to those locations, he should be fine. There should be plenty of E-tanks throughout, sprinkled in among the other minor items. But that is definitely going to be something that's, going to make it a little bit more difficult.
At least he has the 2 out of logic ones he got in the beginning to make up for 2 in logic ones.
Absolutely.
Or
okay. IP wanting to check both these entries before committing to one, I think that's fine. There's our logical super missile. Let's see if he wants to do anything here. Can't actually get into the wreck ship, but the actual ammo item there would have been worth checking, I think. But decides not to.
Yeah, it's slow, but you don't know if you're going to get supers.
Right.
You don't know if you're going to get something.
Like at this point, literally anything is good. Anything you find here is going to be helpful.
I wonder if this is going to be power bombs where kupppo is going, because we haven't found logical power bombs yet. I suppose bombs get you out, though. It doesn't have to give you anything. You already have bombs. Never mind.
Or it could be spring ball.
Always a good item.
Spring ball, a little bit less value in general in Chozo, just because we're not going to be seeing any required suitless Meridias. We have seen people end up in suitless Meridia, or at least suitless Joy-Con. Is a thing that can happen, but because of the location of the Meridia Chozo statues, you'll never be required to do suitless in a Chozo seed.
And also, because it's light area, the back of Lower Norfair will always be accessible somewhere in Upper Norfair, so we don't have to worry about the worst room in the game access.
Right. That's another really good point. Okay, IP finally gets some missiles, has some ammo. Yay! Ammo good. Okay, so gonna be down those 2 E-tanks, but hopefully that's not gonna affect him. So there's no Chozo location below Edakun's. Probably going to see a skip there. Yep. Yeah, I think that's such a slow check if you aren't going to get a major out of it.
I would skip it anyway, but especially with those 2 E-tanks right off the gate, that would make me feel a lot better about not having to get any extra E.
There's a reserve tank that we're probably gonna. You've got to. I mean, it's early enough. We don't have Varia, so I could see the argument for picking that up. I'd probably skip that one.
I pick up every tank that I can find up till I find
fair.
Varia.
That is absolutely fair.
I had a practice seat just the other day. I missed one and I regretted it later.
Yeah, I totally understandable. Kupppo up to 5 energy tanks and has an option for a second reserve. And a screw attack is a really nice item. Always nice to find screw attack before lower Norfair. Its use is way less after lower Norfair.
Absolutely. Much easier gauntlet too if Koopa finds himself back in that area. Alright, so pretty soon we're going to see our next transition. We know it's going to be either back to Criteria or Red Tower.
Yep. Hasi doing the tracking today says, we're getting the items in order, so high jump comes next. Oh, it's a really good red tower spot to be in. I think I would go ahead and check. Well, I mean, checking the transitions really quick. Then you just go back down the elevator, go to Alpha Power Bombs, and see what's there, because that's a chosen location in this.
Yeah, it can be easy to forget that that's not just ammo down there. That's actually important. Oh, this is the upper Norfair.
Yeah, that's the one you want, the upper Norfair one. We have plenty of E-Tanks. I think we have just the 2 Chozo E-Tanks logically, so, you know, not quite logical, but, you know, at this point, it's something I talk about a lot in these, in Chozo. Waiting for, if you have enough E-Tanks to be comfortable doing hell runs, waiting for the actual logical hell run E-Tanks, not always the best idea, because what can happen is, like, you go to one of the other locations to get back into logic, and all you find is those E-Tanks. In the meantime, you've got like 5 out of logic E-Tanks, and it just wouldn't have mattered. So I would check this first.
The Chozo can make the hell runs more difficult than normal. So if, like, normally you need 3 tanks for that, but in Mania you only need 2, then it might actually be in Chozo logic?
No, the logic is the same in terms of number of E-Tanks. The difference is, the thing to keep in mind is that 3 of them, oh, high gravity suit. 3 of your logical E-Tanks have to come from Chozos, and the rest can come from regular, every other E-Tank. So, and that includes the reserves. So, there are some 4-tank runs, that, you know, a lot of people will say, well, hey, I don't have the 3 logical E-Tanks, I'm not going to do them. But I think you just do them. As long as you feel comfortable doing them, I think you just do them.
Well, it's certainly worth doing them over waiting until you find the 3rd.
Yeah, because who knows where that, yeah, I could be really far away.
Right.
The gravity suit, a nice find. Kupppo going to check a lot of these other entrances. There is, let's see. X-ray, not really. Okay, I guess the bombs would put it in logic. We have tanks for it. But I don't think you do that here unless it's something you've practiced. But we do have Spazer, we do have 3 more transitions at the bottom, so it's probably worth checking those, and the middle transition that's right here.
Yeah, that gravity find could create some route divergence, because you've got really 2 ways you can go, although West Meridia doesn't really have much. And I suppose you can't do a whole lot in East Meridia either, so maybe not.
We can't do anything in East Meridia, because we don't have Bat-Moon access. Not even with a Crystal Flash. I don't think either of these runners are doing a Crystal Flash Club, but we don't have 1 Power Bomb pack, so we can anyway. Plus, and Shack Tool, we don't have Ice Beam or Grapple for, so definitely not there yet. There's our 3rd. Okay, so Hell Run's officially in logic. That's 3 Chozo E-Tanks. We're out on a platter for us. This seed is telling us, you go do your hell runs.
Yeah, do your hell runs. But here's gravity for fun to throw you off.
Yeah. I mean, they could also go into Wreck Ship at this point. We did find the Wreck Ship axis. Wreck Ship would actually be fine if it's, as long as it's not Ridley there. We don't have enough ammo for Ridley. Health for Kupppo. I don't know if he's comfortable with those kind of fights, but it's definitely a reasonable amount of help to try it if you had 30 supers. But with 15, you don't even have.
Right. Yeah,
you're not even close.
It's not happening. Yeah, I wonder
Yeah.
if the early gravity means that there's going to be Dragon as one of the bosses in Norfair.
Yeah, it could happen. IP gonna go ahead and check out some of this West Meridia. There's nothing here. There's just nothing to find here. Maybe he wants to take the save here before checking out the rest of Red Tower. Okay, there's criteria.
So, this is either G4 or the other green Bryn exit.
That's G4. So the other is, let's see. I guess the other green Bryn exit is going to be at Blue Bryn, so we'll never actually have to look at that.
Yep.
Which is kind of nice. This may be kupppo wanting to go back for Gauntlet, which is now pretty free with Screw Attack. And
all this energy, goodness.
Yeah. I mean, it's still, the gravity suit still doesn't protect against the acid damage. But you've got, 6+2 tanks. You've got movement through the acid with the gravity suit. You've got Screw Attack to get through everything. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Just go ahead and do this now.
I wonder if this is going to be our logical power bombs.
It could be, because we had bombs very early and not a whole lot to do.
I mean, most of what the runners have done, they would have been able to do without power bombs anyway, but at some point, it's going to be required.
Yep. I mean, even if this is just logical power bombs, I think you keep them, because we haven't seen a whole lot of them.
Oh, absolutely. And, if the runners don't find ice, then 3 power bomb packs is really helpful for Turian.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It is the reserve tank.
Okay, that is all 4 Chozo tanks. So is the answer the Hell Run, or is the Hell Run a red herring and we should just be going direct ship and killing a vanilla Phantoon?
All Hell Runs are in logic.
Okay, looks like kupppo is gonna head. Maybe this is gonna be the wreck ship play from kupppo. With that ship save, has a nice reset point if this isn't a boss you can kill.
True.
Which at this point is if it's Ridley. Because I mean, this is not the greatest of Dragon fights ever, but you'd have to do an ammo kill, but very doable. And obviously, if he's Kraid or Phantoon, you're just Kraid's easy, and Phantoon is... Ideally, you want Phantoon, because then you actually have stuff to do.
IP finding the good entrance to East Meridia.
Yeah, so IP getting a lot of entrance knowledge, but not a whole lot he can do with it right now.
Yeah, it'd definitely be more useful in full area where you really don't know where this stuff, what you're gonna find.
Yeah. I mean, I think entrance knowledge has a lot of value in these. It's just that there's a... Ooh, I don't like this save from kupppo, because if this isn't a boss you can kill, you're just better off just resetting to the ship, to Samus's ship, but...
That save would only make sense if you had 30 supers and you wanted to take cracks at Ridley, but at least with rolling saves, he could still choose to realize...
That's a good point.
Maybe I should have gone to that criteria save, the ship save.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But I'm guessing not. It's easy to forget about stuff like that.
Not sure what IP's plan is here. And it's Ridley. Okay, so that's good knowledge. Let's see where he resets back to. Okay, looks like it is the most recent save. Because there's literally nothing you can do in East Meridia right now. Like, there isn't even a sequence break way to do Shack Tool right now.
Right.
And there's no sequence break you can do to get past bot with this item set.
This is one of the interesting things with this multi-category tournament. There's plenty of other weeks where there'd be plenty to do here, or there'd be more reason to be here, but...
I mean, an Ice Beam and a Speed Booster, and you can go all the way to the boss, and we now know it's a killable boss. I think he just figured out his problem. It's not the first time I've seen that. I've done it. Done the whoops, I don't have a thing to get through here yet.
Yeah. I've been there too.
Chad asking what if the hell run is just get grapple progress through Shack. I mean, that could happen, but we have no access to Shack right now without the grapple beam, so. So really, the seed is gated us into these hell runs, and given that we've gotten all 4 Chozo tanks, the seed definitely says go do hell runs.
Well, we already know where this transition's going to lead us for
This should be
Kupppo.
Blueprint, yeah. By process of elimination.
I know when I first started doing these area randos, I did it without a tracker, and I could kind of do it last year. I couldn't do it at all this year. I needed a tracker. Just
yeah, when I did these in leagues, I didn't use a tracker, and then you definitely lost time to mistakes in remembering the route back. So, yeah, definitely gonna try and figure out how to use one of those for future races. Chat asking what's required for X-ray check. Yeah, we could do the X-ray check right now with the we got all the E-tanks plus enough extra to put it in logic. But I don't see these runners doing the X-ray check here.
Yeah, because they've got all the E-tanks plus they've got bombs.
That bombs would do it.
But yeah, that's not a fun way to do it.
I wouldn't do it either. Like that check is not fun. Gravity Suit doesn't protect you against spikes in Randomizer. So you're taking, every time you hit a spike, you're taking 15 damage. And even with this many E-tanks, you're taking 60 damage. So even with these E-tanks, it goes very, very quickly.
Mario does seem to like the X-ray location. But the progression is definitely pushing us towards Upper North there. It's just a question of, are you going to find grapple to then make X-ray easier? Or I guess that wouldn't, because X-ray still is in logic.
Yeah. I mean, grapple or space jump would be really nice for it.
Absolutely.
Or a combination of speed plus high jump makes it pretty easy. Now, I'm not sure what specialized ship that is. Have you seen that one before?
I have not. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see if IP goes back for BT and 230 missiles. That'd be really good for him because he doesn't have. He's missing those 2 E-tanks.
IP trying to do these jumps one at a time. I find it more helpful to go from the first to the third.
Yes,
but they're still tricky. No matter what you do, they're not simple.
And here we go with Kupppo in the hell runs that we now know have to be required. This one is a 3-tank hell run. And really it's 3 tanks to get to the refill room, but he's got plenty to not have to worry about that. Should be able to get straight to Bubble Mountain. And then can take the save at Bubble Mountain to get all the items in that area. Yeah, really unfortunate IP putting so much time into these wall jumps when it's just going to be, we know it's just going to be a reserve tank.
Oh, that's right, they've got bombs too. So
Yep. You can do bomb jumps up here.
A little slow to get started, but they're pretty reliable once you get it going.
Chat with the knowledge. Chat with the knowledge. Apparently that's the Metroid fusion ship.
Well, I do understand why IP doesn't want to skip this Chozo item, but yeah, as you said, it's just not going to pay off.
Okay, there we go.
Might see a few supers fired into the wall here. At least the North Pier Reserve is also not a Chozo item. Don't have to make those hell runs.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a good place to check if you're in an ammo hunt mode. But we're long before we have to worry about that right now.
Right.
I like grabbing this super.
Yep.
And charge beam is a really nice find. So, probably gonna want to grab a little more ammo unless we find some better beams. Nobody wants to do a 300-shot mother brain fight, but
No. Yeah.
knowing that you don't have to, knowing you don't have to worry about soft locking is pretty nice.
I don't think anybody's seen what's at the back of Gauntlet yet.
Yeah, I don't think Kupppo came back here. Oh, double E-tanks!
Oh my goodness.
Wow, that just made the hell runs that much nicer. Hopefully, I still hope IP goes and checks those Chozo locations. So, you know, it has the knowledge of the logic here. But at this point, with those extra E-tanks, should be fine.
This is the skip Varia seed for some folks, I think.
Oh yeah, well, we don't have enough power bombs yet for that, but you know, if
True.
you know a few more power bomb packs, Ridley definitely not in LN. Yeah, this could easily be a skip Varia seed for a lot of folks.
There are too many of these randomizers where it's just impossible to find power bombs. I don't know what it is. I'm always on a hunt for them.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if there's another E-tank.
Oh my goodness.
Uh,
What have we seen?
Man, I mean, Chozo can be really stingy with the E-tanks. Not today. And there's Phaser Beam.
Kupo's got 7, and he doesn't have the 2 that IP just picked up.
I know, right?
And I think he has 3 reserves, or could have had 3 reserves.
We've seen 3 reserves, yeah.
Yeah, that's more than I usually see in an entire scene. We're not even halfway through.
Well, especially in Chozo, where the E-tanks are not, only the 3 E-tanks are part of the major item pool.
Correct. Like in Major Minor, you tend to get to 7 without even trying.
Yeah, because
major locations.
every location you're checking is also could be an E-tank. Okay, we're gonna see this transition. Kupppo hoping this is Kraid, most likely. He knows he'll be able to do the boss, whoever it is, if it is Kraid. Okay, IP gets all his logical Chozo E-tanks. Yeah, we're definitely not going to LN, and we're definitely not going to LN in that direction, so...
Yeah, definitely not in that direction. And as you said, not without more power bombs.
And one nice thing here is, I mean, it does partially depend on where Dragon is, but that GT Chozo location is one that there's a good chance that we're just going to be able to skip.
Yep.
At this point, the only thing it could be is if it's a vanilla Dragon. It could be, speed or ice to get through Meridia.
Wow, is that all we're missing for logical requirements?
Well, that and various
And the suits, and the various suits, yeah. Other than the thing we're all looking for, yes.
Yep. Yeah, we need various suit, and we need logical Meridia. Logical East Meridia access. So now we get to do the reverse Cathedral Hell run as one option. We could check the Croc door. Although right now, I like the idea of checking the Croc door. Could be your Kraid location, but we don't have a good way of getting to the Croc escape. Right now, our only way to do it would be with bombs, and bomb jumping during hell runs. Not the most cozy thing to do ever.
Bomb jumping from that location with Varia is pretty annoying.
I know, right?
Yeah, I would not recommend that, even with this much health. Unless it's something you've practiced.
Okay,
potentially could use spring ball jump to get there, but...
not without high jump. Unless you're
that's right, yeah. Never mind.
I have seen it done. I saw QD in an SMZ3 work really hard to do a spring ball jump into a D boost. I don't recommend going for that.
Oh, I forgot. You need high jump for that.
Yeah, high jump will make it happen pretty quickly. But yeah, okay. So IP is gonna find that Ridley's here, so not gonna be able to take this fight.
Just pick up that E-tank.
Yeah, I
Where you
mean,
going?
you might as well pick up the E-tank.
You don't have Varia. And it's one of those things like you think, oh, I don't need it, but you're forgetting how much time you're going to spend having to farm up health.
Yep.
When,
Yep.
Like we were talking about the Croc escape. There's also that energy refill station down there, so you only have to fill up a little bit, get to that refill station, and now you've got 8 tanks worth plus reserves to work with, and it's just going to be a lot easier to move around.
And again, this Ridley is just not possible. We don't have the ammo for it.
Is that our first Chozo missile? Or did we have one earlier?
I think it is.
You supers everywhere.
We've gotten all the Chozo E-tanks. We still haven't seen the Chozo power bombs.
Oh, that's true. I thought that was going to be a gauntlet, but it wasn't.
Yeah, we thought gauntlet, and then I thought it was going to be right here, but it's not. It could be at Ice Beam, because we do have bombs to get out.
Yep.
And let's see, Kraid needs, well, could be a Kraid because we have regular bombs. Opens up more things. Could be the classic power bombs at Croc. Can't be LN. Can't be LN.
That would be pretty amazing if it was an LN.
We
but
did.
There's no Chozo you get to.
Right. I mean, we did. A couple of us were watching during. I think it was during one of the full countdown weeks, where suddenly it actually became possible, based on the way the connectors were, that your first power bombs could actually be lower in warfare. It didn't actually happen, but we were pulling for it. Ice Beam. Okay, so there's our Meridia axis.
Yeah, that's a good find.
There's another E-tank turned down by IP. If you're not going to take that E-tank, I wouldn't have even checked it. Although I guess any ammo item is useful at this point, because we're still only at 5 power bombs. Oh yeah, we got our vanilla ice, which just trolled Kupppo. We're down to a 100-shot Mother Brain fight, so that's a big improvement.
Oh, it's Phaser. That's definitely good improvement.
Yeah, Charge Ice Phaser is not the worst. Big fan of picking up Phaser if I don't already have Plasma. Yeah, still not doing lower in warfare because.
Nope.
God, if we had a few more power bombs.
Yeah, I mean, if 4 more power bomb packs and you picked up every energy tank we've seen.
Okay, so here's Kraid, so it means we have a vanilla Croc.
You are right.
And we know we can do this.
Trade.
Could happen. I'm going to call Fantoon here. I think the seed is sending us on a bit of a goose chase. Kupppo going to go ahead and take this save. Doesn't really necessarily need it. There's a refill on the way to the boss. And we know it's not Ridley. He knows it's not Ridley, so... But might just want the safety.
Yeah, it's tempting when you haven't saved in a while. I would normally save there, although maybe with this much E-tanks, maybe I wouldn't in that case. Hopefully he takes the refill though. That's more important.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's more important here, is getting that refill. Also, just shouting out, he now has the 30 supers that would actually make the Ridley fight potentially viable, but you don't go back just to do that.
No.
Like, there's literally nothing that can be behind Ridley that's hard required at this point. I mean, there could be a nice thing. Could be, high jump boots or speed, space jump. Those would all be nice things to get. Plasma. Ridley can't gate Varia, ever. And we have ice, and he can't. In Chozo, in particular, Charge will never be behind Ridley. And Vanilla Craig. So not going to be the Fant tune to send us back to Wreck Ship. Doesn't quite get the quick kill.
Did get a good amount of damage in.
Yeah, got a missile and a super, so just needs to finish this off with 2 more supers.
I think he got 2 supers. Maybe not. Guess I'm mistaken.
There we go. Cleans it up just fine. I find the scariest crates. I mean, we have so much energy. This was never going to be scary. But the scariest. Oh, there's our logical power bombs. The scariest crate stand-ups are when a mid-level runner, you know, someone that's good at the crate quick kill, so doesn't fail it very often, but isn't, you know, that top tier that can just handle whatever, because they don't fail it enough. They don't have the chance to actually have to do the fight that often.
It can be pretty bad in GT Classic too.
Yeah, that's right. Because GT Classic, you don't have a charge beam as a backup, and you have like your 1 missile pack and your 1 super pack, and that's it.
It can be very painful, especially depending on how you fail the quick kill. Like if you failed it by firing 3 supers, you know, like as opposed to you don't have those anymore. Crate will not drop supers, so you're not getting them back.
Okay, so I think at this point, I hate the Croc play, but if Croc is Varia, then you don't want to skip it here. And if it's anything else, you can put yourself in a position to reset. This is not where I would take this. This is not where I would take the save. Okay, taking this save first before the Cathedral Hell run is fair, even with this many E-tanks. And get to Bubble Mountain, take the save there, go do Croc, and if it's nothing, you can reset to Bubble Mountain. No, Kupppo, no, this doesn't work.
Not possible.
Okay, gave up on that pretty quick. Yeah, the gate glitches only work from one direction, except in some very niche cases, like the wave gate.
The wave gate, you're so far away from the gate when you fire the super that the super gets enough speed to get through. And there's just no other room where that works.
So at this point, I think our possibilities are Croc is just the answer. We're going to have our Varia suit. Or if Croc's not the answer, then we need to go to the Meridia boss and see what's going on over there. And then there's always the possibility that X-ray is a thing. But if they don't want to do X-ray at this point, I don't blame them for trying to hold off on that as long as they can.
I would probably skip Croc just with that ice find, but it is definitely a risk to orphan the check, and you can make an argument for both plays.
Yeah, and Croc's been hot this week, though.
Yeah, I mean, even if Croc just has Speed Booster, which isn't logically required, that still may make up the time over the course of the rest of the run.
Like any movement item at this point, a beam, like as long as we know it's not power bombs. I think we're left with maybe a missile and a super.
I mean, Space Jump, which gets you into X-ray, which gets you Varia that way. So there are several ways that Croc could pay off.
Or grapple. It could be grapple.
Yep.
Could be vanilla.
I suppose that's true. We're only missing, I think, a missile and a super maybe for Chozo items.
Yeah, I think that's correct.
So a good chance that you're going to find something.
For a moment there, I thought Kupppo was going to bail on this, but he had to know this was Croc. It was the only thing left. I do wish he'd angle up on these shots. You don't want to be jumping for these shots at all. If you can, you get into a lot of trouble if you miss a shot when you jump like that.
I tend to jump when he does his like swipes.
Yes, yeah, I do too.
But yeah, you're right. When he's not swiping, angle up's better. IP will be happy to see that E-tank right in the middle of his hell run.
Yeah. That's gonna save him from having to reset this completely.
Oh, I think he could still make it.
Just needs to make it to the E-tank.
I tend to just hold angle through that door transition and just full stop.
Yeah, that's a
time it.
in general, just knowing how to use the angle up and the angle down to stop yourself from moving is a really nice skill to have. He's got 3 full reserves, so he should still be able to make it there. Just make sure you turn that auto. There you go.
Yeah.
Turn that auto back on. Okay, now we're gonna get to do a gate glitch. Although he could choose to bomb jump if he wants to, if he's doesn't like the gate glitch.
Interesting technique, the back and forth. I don't know if I've seen that before. We saw him pull it off already once.
Oh, last super.
Gosh. Wow.
Oh, and 26 health left for IP on that E-tank pickup.
Just adding some dramatics here. This hell run's too easy.
And there it is.
Oh man. Well, looks like I lost this seed.
Yeah, I'm telling you, at the beginning of this week, I was right there with you skipping Croc, and after I've seen enough of these, no. Skipping Croc anymore. Kupppo could just go do lower Norfair right now if he wants to. It wouldn't surprise me. You don't really want to come back here if you can avoid it.
Gonna farm up those supers.
I would go to do it from the back though. There's no way I want to do this from the front without high jump boots here.
Yeah,
I mean, you can, it's a gravity jump, but
you got screw attack. The key hunters are no problem.
Yeah, worst room in the game. You'd have to either bomb jump or spring ball jump. I think it's there's that. Speaking of the front of LN.
Fortunately, these bugs, you're trolling them a little bit right now, but they are a pretty good source of supers. I would not stop at 8. Oh, he's not going to find Ridley, is he?
Yeah, it's not going to be Ridley. If it's Dragon, having extra supers would be really good, though.
I was just going to say, I'd probably just keep going. I mean, unless, I guess I haven't routed it out. If the ship is on the way to Ridley, then maybe it makes sense to not go up to 30, but I'd just be expecting I'm going to need to fight Ridley eventually. I'm going to want these supers.
Yeah, there's better places to... no, actually, it's a pretty good place to farm. Okay, we're going to bomb jump out of this. Honestly, when you have gravity suit, I would just do it straight from the lava. Like right there. Well, that might be a little bit too far a route, actually.
I think, yeah, just I think he's going to annoying. This platform is not where it needs to be to make this good.
It's definitely purposely not where it needs to be. But yeah, I mean, with gravity suit, you could just jump out of the lava and be fine. And I think he's just going to go around the long way, which is, he's got a bit of a lead here from some of the early issues that IP had. Just that one check early on where Kupppo did Old Mother Brain and got an out of logic super pack. And IP missed those and couldn't get to some of the locations and eventually had to go back for them.
Yeah, it seemed like IP skipped a few checks early, but then he ended up going back and making those same checks later. Oh, this is always a not fun place to be where IP is. I've been here before. This is just not a good place to farm for health.
Yeah, it'd be... I mean, he doesn't know this, but if he were to go to the Croc entrance and just do it right now, he could make up some time.
Oh, yeah. Well, he doesn't have wave, though, so it's not, like, free.
No,
you'd have to
get
health down there. You're right.
I mean, that room is kind of a weird one because it's... Kuppo's trying to remember where Lower Norfair is. It looks like he's just going to go to the front because this is going to be the front here. But yeah, it's a weird room because, I think this to me is the hardest gate glitch. Because the timer's constantly going off, but you get to refill anytime you want, so.
True. Oh, Kupo is going for
Yeah.
the
Pretty certain.
front.
I mean, it is kind of a ways away to go to the back, and I think if I had high jump here, I might agree with this. But without high jump, I'd much rather. Without high jump, without space jump, I'd much rather go the back way. This is not a free gravity jump.
Not at all.
Whereas with high jump boots, it is pretty free.
I mean, at least he's going to get several attempts, but then he's going to have to go up worse for win the game.
Yep, and he's got his choices are bomb jumping, which he was having trouble with earlier, or spring ball jump. Okay, not taking the save, which means hopefully he's not checking GT. Right now, again, GT would be the same thing for getting out, bomb jumps or a spring ball jump. And IP finds Croc, which is really good for him, because he's going to get this Varia suit. Won't have to worry about any more hell runs.
Yeah, this could be an opportunity for IP to catch up here.
Yeah, because he'll find the back of LN at a point where he can just do it.
I mean, unless Kupo finds like Speed Booster here, and even then, if he has to fight GT to get out,
yeah, I don't like this at all. He's gonna have to again. He can get out with bombs or a spring ball, but if he runs out, then he just yeah. I mean, you don't whatever this item is. It's probably something nice, but you don't need it.
Yeah.
Or
like
it could be the last super. Could be the last missile.
Like,
yeah.
Turning around and then firing, and maybe the super is coming out late. It's kind of hard to just. I cannot recall seeing that technique before. I don't even know if that works with the practice round trainer. It's like a trainer that you can use to see how you're doing on attempts, but that quick left-right movement might fool the trainer.
Yeah, by the way, shout outs to all the people that work on that practice round. It's come a long way, just like the last year or two. There's been a lot of new innovations to that practice round that just really make things nice. Little trainers for things like that. Crystal Flash Clip, I think, is one.
Yep. That springboard jump, just a little bit too high. So he might have gotten it and just bonked right into the ceiling.
Yeah, you want to do it right from that little crack there. And it looks like he was on the way up, but it looks like didn't quite get it. And here's you don't even have to wait on the jump button. You can just have it ready to go as soon as you come off the menu. There it is.
Very nice.
This room a little bit awkward without a high jump, especially that one jump that you just did. There we go. Get up there. This part is not too bad without high jump. These jumps right here feel like they're meant to be without high jump, but then you get here and it'd be nice to have it again.
That's a good screw attack. Yeah, looks like Kupo is going to maintain his lead here, especially with that ice beam too. I forgot that he's got that and IP does not.
Yeah, IP should get that. It's in a pretty easy spot to get to.
I suppose he doesn't have Dragon access, which we don't yet know if that's important or not.
Right, we're going to find out soon. This could be Dragon here.
Yep. I can remember how easy is it to get around Batoon without space jump. If
not too bad.
It's not too bad. Okay.
Yeah. There's been a lot of debate as to which is faster, and mostly, whether to do Batoon versus whether to do go around him. Of course, it depends on your equipment. Okay, that moment was a little bit.
I've got the microwave combo. I'm just gonna go fight.
Yeah, speed plus microwave. I'm just fighting Batoon, but without that, then it becomes a lot more debatable.
I could see. I know one time I took that path just to farm up supers. There are plenty of cacks.
Yeah, I think we saw that in a race. I think yesterday where you just the runner knew it was going to be Ridley, so you kind of get a free farm of supers on your way there, so it works out pretty good.
Still making these ammo checks. I don't know if missiles are that important, but I definitely would still make all the easy ammo checks here.
I mean, I would love to, even with Ice Beam, I still like 15 power bombs. It just feels better to have at least 15 power bombs. With that,
I can see it.
I
might be
Crystal
okay
Flash Clip. It's not very often that you're doing Crystal Flashes with this loadout, but things happen.
I'd probably forget to pick it up, but
yeah. Also, we are still at a reasonably high shot mother brain fight, 100 shots. So any bit of ammo you can get to make that a little bit shorter. I'm not sure the missiles are worth it, but I don't see any of our people that know all the DPS values of missiles and supers versus each beam combination. We do have some people in the community that know those things.
It's not
but supers are almost always worth it.
Just because it might be technically slower does not mean it's a bad play for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes just shortening that mother brain fight could matter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn off Ice Beam for farming purposes. Be interested to see how high he farms up to. So again, this is not going to be a Ridley fight, but a Dragon fight with lots of supers is preferable. It's 20 supers or 60 missiles or some combination thereof.
IP is making these extra checks, so it is a good chance he's going to find the Ice Beam.
Yeah, I fully expect him to get Ice Beam here, because he's not in go mode. I mean, Kupppo is in go mode, but it's kind of an uncomfy one, so I expect him to do on-path checks, but nothing too crazy out of the way. Although he did try for GT a few times. And this is Fantoon.
So Dragon is at home.
So we do need that Ice Beam. Sadly, it means we're not getting an item out of LN.
Right. I have to kind of remind myself to continue checking these items. It's tempting to go mode like a major minor to skip them, although even then it's debatable. But with Chozo, it's just any one of those movement items would be good.
Yeah.
And Plasma.
Yeah, I think there's one more Chozo missile left, and then the super, but the super isn't a bad find. So like literally anything but the Chozo missile I think is useful. I guess at this point grapple's not very useful. X-ray has potential to be useful depending on if we find plasma.
P is picking up that Ice Beam, so I believe the runners have the same equipment here, so that's good.
Yep. It wouldn't even be unreasonable if IP just does Lower Northshore first, depending on which of the two. He should know that one of these is LN back and the other one's Kraid. So he could do it whichever order he wants to do it.
True, he still has to do Kraid as well, yeah.
I think this is the LN transition. Yep. No, decides he doesn't want to take that yet.
I wonder if he knows this has to be Kraid.
I mean, he's seen all the entrances, so he should know, but, you know, knowing and remembering all your details are two very different things, especially in a race setting.
This is a free item check. I think it's a super pack too, so that's a good thing to have before your Ridley fight. Although I guess he knows it's not Ridley.
Yeah, they both scouted wreck ship. Back, looks like IP is not even going to take the save. Just going to go straight for it.
Yeah, with this health. That's totally good.
Yeah, and Ossier Tracker pointing out rightly that he can get a nice free super refill by doing this first from Mini Crate.
That's a great point.
Ironically, doesn't need supers in LN, except maybe one to finish off Fantoon.
Yep. But he doesn't know that. There's a 2/3 chance he's going to have to run into Dragon, so... Good play to pick up the supers first. Oh, interesting. He got the 2 missiles, but he didn't get the supers.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh, pulls it off! Saves it! That was nice.
Yeah, that's not an easy save there.
No, not at all. He looks like because he didn't do enough damage to Kraid to force him to stand up, so he got a second shot, and then made it count.
Yep. So all the various methods of Kraid quick kill, it's all about getting the mouth stuck in that middle state.
Yep.
And you can do it any way you want. There's even a way you like jump over his claw and super him like while you're standing on him. You're like taking damage.
I haven't seen that. I'd like to see that. That'd be pretty cool.
I was having a lot of trouble with the 2+3 method when I was first learning that trick, so I was trying to do that. It's fun to go for, not the most practical. Now deciding to go get this pack. Oh, it is just a regular missile pack. I did not remember that correctly.
That's okay. If you can remember every single location of minor items, I'd be very, very impressed. He's gonna check this one, which is I don't think we saw this before.
Yeah, and I'd probably do the same. I'm looking for supers at this point. Well, maybe.
I don't think I'd have checked it.
I guess I got Spazer. Spazer, maybe I wouldn't make that check. I would not be surprised though. Especially with Ridley still ahead too. Although they've got so much energy.
Yeah, for IP though, he's only got 20 supers, so he's gonna want to get a few more, or he's gonna have to do charge shots. It might be able to do it with just missiles and power bombs, but it'd be awfully tight. And power bomb Ridley is not exactly ideal.
No.
Okay, so now Kupppo wants to get back to East Meridia. Although, at this point, I'm not sure it really makes a huge difference when they go East Meridia into wreck ship or wreck ship into East Meridia. He's got 35 supers. He gets more opportunities to farm if he does the Meridia stuff first. So, and he knows when he's fighting Ridley, so that might be part of the decision making here.
Yep. It might just be closer to go this way.
It probably is.
The criteria entrance is all the way at the other end of Red Tower.
Yeah, that's quite a ways away.
I don't remember if he knows where this entrance needs to be. I think IP checked it, but it's possible Kupppo has seen the other 3 entrances. Although he's trying to go to the top. I didn't think it was at the top. I think it's a different entrance up there.
I mean,
so maybe he only saw 2.
Unless I know it's the top, this is the one I'm checking last with this item set. Because it's either a really tight gravity jump or a bomb jump or really tight gravity jump or a bomb jump. There's not a whole lot of other options for getting up there without, some sort of, high jump or space jump or speed, or even grapple beam is a useful item to get up there.
That might be I forgot how bad gravity jumps are without high jump.
Yeah.
Because I would definitely not go towards this bottom one by default. I don't like this entrance either, but...
I would have done the one that you go straight down first, but this is the right one, so we're good. He probably already saw the one where you go straight down.
That is not an easy gravity jump, what he's trying to do. Yes, okay. Needs turn ice on.
Yep.
Meanwhile, IP setting up for his Fantoon fight.
Gotta lure the Metroid. Here we go. Metroid didn't quite cooperate at the beginning, but decided to fall in line.
Getting the troll pattern here for Botchoon.
An argument can be made to just use Charge Beam here. It'll be a lot slower, but you're gonna have to farm back those supers for Ridley.
It feels bad fighting Botchoon with anything but supers, but I understand.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it feels pretty good if you have full beam combo, but we don't have that.
That is true. You don't need microwave if you've got plasma wave. Just hit him a few times.
Yeah.
I mean, that's all microwave is. It's combining 4 wave charge shots in one. So just hit him 4 times. Yeah, for this, I think it's better to stand in the sand and just take damage. You're getting,
or even just doing screw attack is not a bad way to do it here too. See, we know this is Dragon, so he probably wants the supers for it.
But as long as there are drops sitting there, you won't get new bugs. You gotta go pick up the drops.
Yeah, exactly. I would have liked to see an IP pick up those drops.
Yeah.
One of the things you see in these area randos is there's not always a good place to farm for Ridley. Or for Dragon, for that matter, as we saw Kupppo doing just now. And just trying to keep that super count up becomes a bit of a challenge.
No kidding. Well, that's true. Chat pointing out their tracker pointing out it's just 2 vanilla bosses, two randomized.
Yeah. Got our Ridley and Fantoon decided to play and swap, and Dragon and Cray decided we're not playing that game today. We're just gonna stay home. We're gonna have a good old-fashioned ammo kill Dragon. We have no other options. No speed booster. No grapple beam. We could combine some charge shots, but using ammo seems to make more sense here.
Yeah, not even that many power bombs either. I suppose it's probably enough, but it's nice.
Yeah, the power bombs are nice with this kind of health. I will use the power bombs to clear out the goo. If you don't have to rely on picking up drops, I like to clear out those power bombs. The power bombs will clear out the goo, but it will not give you extra drops. So, kind of a double-edged sword with that one.
True.
Just fire those. You have 51 missiles. Use them.
Yep. Super. That's more than enough. Even with some missiles.
Yeah, just get right under there. Yeah, exactly. Just like that.
And now you wonder if Kupppo is going to go back to the ship, maybe even to refill on these supers.
Ooh, plasma.
Never mind.
I would still refill a little bit. I mean, it's a 30-shot fight now for Ridley. But
he technically needs at least a couple supers to even get
there. But yeah, you don't need to farm up all the way to 35 anymore. Just how comfortable are you with what kind of charge Ridley fight?
I think even with just charge and plasma, it's a 30-shot fight. So with this combo...
charge ice plasma is 30 shots. Charge plasma is 40 shots.
Oh, really? Okay.
His charge ice is a 600. Does 600 damage, same as a super.
Okay.
Which is kind of nice because, you know, if you were planning on using supers, you just say, okay, I missed this number of supers. I can now just fire that number of shots. Now for Mother Brain, that'll be a... it'll still be 30 shots, but now you're 30 versus 60, so... And of course, no double damage on Mother Brain with supers. And we can go through Cack Alley and get all these super drops. And that'll take care of the doors and such. You also could check the E-Tank location on the way, and you could check right supers. I think those are decent checks. There's still a lot of really good items out there. Wave Beam, any of the movement items. Like, literally any movement item would be nice.
I've heard the right side wreck ship is like deceptively, like it doesn't seem that slow, but it is. But I kind of agree with you checking that energy tank since we're going through the back entrance here.
Yeah, no way I would check it going the other. Well, I guess if you're going past it, you can still check it. You just would check it after the fight.
Yeah.
You're not going to the gravity missiles because that's just too far out of the way.
It's definitely not as important having already found plasma, but if it's speed, it'll still save time.
Speed or high jump? That's what I would want most right now. Then wave, space jump. Wait for a better shot. Space jump, just for, you know, like, again, any movement item. Any movement item.
I think speed's the only one that's going to make a difference at this point, just because we're so close to the end now.
I like high jump because of the Leodox room. That room is just awful without the high jump. So, yeah, I 100% want high jump if as my second choice.
IP making his way into Meridia, and he already knows which transition to go to.
Yeah, so he won't have to worry about trying to spend time going up.
Tag's awfully convenient for this trek. I always think of it for Lower Norfair, but it's kind of helpful for this Forgotten Highway too. Choosing not to make the check, I mean, you could make a call either way on that.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with skipping it. I mean, it could just be X-ray or grapple, which at this point aren't useful.
Yep.
There's basically 3 items that are reasonable to check. The wreck ship E-Tank, the right supers, and of course the item behind Ridley. And Kupppo gonna take a safety save. I respect this.
Yeah.
Ridley not a free fight. Yeah, he's got, you know, he's down to 4 E-Tanks. Oh, actually, I think this is an E-Tank. At least one of them got this before. The only problem with this E-Tank is that we get to go through Spiky Room of Death Part 2. Since Phantoon's already been killed. But I think he'll get a net gain. I mean, if he takes a few hits coming out, it'll still be, you know, more than he came in with, so.
I wonder if he just forgot that room was alive.
You might have, but yeah, you get the E-Tank, so it's, you know. I wouldn't have checked that.
Yeah, it's interesting that he's still making the ammo checks after finding plasma.
Yeah. IP using up almost all his ammo to get through the bot wound fight.
Maybe he wants more supers for this Ridley fight, but he really doesn't need them.
Yeah, the charge Ridley fight is a different animal though. Oh, usually what I see is the other way around. I'll see somebody that runs any percent and is used to a charge beam Ridley fight, and then they'll get the super. They'll have to do the super Ridley fight and not be used to it. And even though I think it's an easier fight, if you're not used to doing it that way, it is a different fight.
The risk is you run out of supers there.
Yep.
That you literally cannot finish the fight because you don't have charge beam.
Right. Okay, now we have to do charge beam. I mean, you could do power bombs, but no. You have a better option here. Sometimes I think he's letting off a shot a little bit early. Yeah, the other thing that I see happen, I've had it happen to myself. You walk into the Ridley fight without high jump boots. And you forget you don't have high jump boots, so you try to jump over him, and like, whoops, I didn't quite make that jump over him. So you have to adjust a little bit there.
That's a great point. This fight is actually very different without the high jump boots. You can't manipulate him as easily as you're saying you can jump over. I mean, everything's just different.
Yeah, I have no idea where we're at in terms of damage.
Probably not.
I mean, if he's not, he's got to be close.
I misinterpreted that lunge there. Oh, it looks like he's still doing the lunges.
There. Oh, no, he's not dead yet.
He's got to be close. That looks like a dead lunge. He's dead now.
Nope, leave some. Okay. Okay, we're fine. I always want to leave a little bit in that reserve. It doesn't always matter, but sometimes, it just... If you don't have any and you take the full shot, you don't get an opportunity, a second chance. Oh, high space jump. That's a good item. Nice, good movement item, but of the three, as much as it's my favorite item in the game, it's still the least useful here.
Yeah, it's just so late in the seed.
We do get to use it to get over the ocean, so that at least will save us a little bit of time.
Space jump's super helpful for those hell runs, but we're past that stage.
Yeah, space jump plus screw attack in hell runs is a really nice combination.
Looks like IP is also doing the ammo Dragon fight here.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. It's getting a little close on the ammo, but we got there.
I mean, no soft lock here because we get drops, but farming the goo is annoying.
At this point in the race, I think the runners have been kind of keeping pace. It's just Kupppo got out to that lead. It's just been about one boss behind for IP. I can't remember if Kupppo was the one that actually checked all 5 transitions. He might actually have seen G4 already. One of the 2 runners did.
Yeah, I don't remember who saw it and who didn't.
Ooh, IP trying to do this tricky jump out.
There we go.
Gets it. Kupppo made it look easy. I don't remember him struggling there, but it is not an easy jump there. And even though G4 was pretty much right next to the ship, it is near a rando, so the runners will get a full refill here as they go down this elevator. That's why
nice and
Kupppo is entering. That's why he's entering with 1 super. It's not that he forgot. This room's can be really annoying.
Yeah, these wall jumps are, this is really not an easy wall jump. There we
No.
go.
No, that's pretty good. Go cruising through these Metroids. All these power-ups. Oh,
Looks like he's just gonna choose to use power bombs, which is fine.
Yeah, he's got enough. Might even be taking some free damage down. With no speed booster, I don't think we're going to be seeing any.
Well, with no high jump.
Yeah.
That's the more important part. We'll get our refill here. Now, doing Zeb Skip is a little trickier with this beam combination. There are several ways to get around it. You can crouch while you shoot, you can do a charge shot, or you can do, or you just turn plasma off. But you have to do it from below. You can't do it from, without wave beam, you can't do it from the crouch ankle down position.
Yeah, that might be true with plasma. Even without plasma, it's really finicky without wave.
Yeah, I mean, because then you
Spacer, you can do it. I think it's just this. So he does do the crouch method there.
Yeah, crouch will work. Yeah. Having trouble, so it's going to reset the room. Has enough ammo that if this completely fails, he can just still get through it.
Yeah, I'd probably just keep going after it fails once, which I'd be annoyed about. Or I might go for the spring ball method, actually. I think that'd be...
Yeah, I like the spring ball method. It's a kind of a nice one. Also, the nice thing about the spring ball method is you don't actually have to turn off screw attack.
Yes. But either way, the hitbox that Ice has without wave is just stupid. It makes hitting that rank up.
Well, yeah, in particular, Ice plus it is different with if you turn plasma off. You don't have to crouch or charge a shot, but you still have to do it from below here.
IP is making that play.
There we go.
Tank.
Ah, it's just X-ray. Ooh, that's not useful at this point.
Get microwave. Nobody.
He already killed all those bosses.
Imagine if microwaving Mother Brain was a thing. That would still be a lot more valuable.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's based on the way the plasma beam destroys the enemies. So anything that's after you're supposed to get plasma beam is immune to microwave. That and BT, because BT and GT share characteristics. So if you happen to get charged in plasma that early, which I'm not sure I've ever seen, you're still not microwaving BT.
The devs knew about microwave.
You always wonder about those things.
I kind of feel like they would have patched it if they would have known about it.
It's hard to say because they might not have realized some of the ways we can get around the game in some of the orders that we can do some things.
Sure.
Like I've always said that suitless LN is absolutely intended because just the ability to get there, the E-tanks all in the right places, the way crystal flashes light up a heated room differently than a non-heated room. But I'm not convinced, being able to get all the way through, I'm not convinced some of the Dragon things we do to do full RBO are intended. Oh yeah, and the fact that Lower Norfolk is heated at all. Because, I mean, if you're just expecting that the runner is going to have various suit when they go down to LN, then there's actually no reason to make it heated. And then RBO would just be free and not interesting. Glad that's not the case.
Yeah, I'm certainly glad that RBO is not only possible but viable, that we have
Possible, viable, and interesting.
Yeah. I mean, just things like Bubble Mountain being not heated really help.
No, we got simultaneous bosses, IP, in the Ridley fight.
IP doing a good job of getting more hits in than Ridley's taking. Ridley should be down pretty soon.
Also of note, Kupppo not going for stand-up, but, you know, at this point, I just want to get it done.
There are a lot of ways stand-up can go wrong.
There sure are.
And X-ray being, well, not having X-ray means you can't get out of a stuck situation.
Yeah, X-ray doesn't get you out of everything, but it does get you out of a decent number of situations.
Not sure I've seen Samus get grabbed in that pose. Like a running pose. I do like stand-up, but I don't understand, like, when you're in go mode trying to get more E-tanks just to do stand-up.
No, because if you go out of your way to get the E-tank, that's 7 seconds plus whatever time to get the E-tank. That's about what stand-up saves. You know?
Plus the risk of just messing up the stand-up. I mean, it happens.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of stopping at 6 E-tanks so that I don't even have to think about whether to do stand-up or not. This is right here. This is where this is the room in the entire game where I miss high jump the most. I don't have it.
Sure if IP knows where G4 is either. I think he might, but he's probably going to check the G4 transition before he checks the one way down south.
Yeah, that'd be the only other possibility.
Yeah, I get that, chat. It's like no way of really sharing information without it potentially helping the other runner. Although I suppose if you're right here at the Anibos, you know.
We have 10-minute delay anyway, so there's not a whole lot we can do.
Well, we certainly couldn't share the information here. That's true.
And there it is, Kupppo finishing with an official race time of 1:22:50. So GG's to Kupppo. We'll go into the last week 2 and 4. No chance for a bracket, but it's nice to get an extra win here.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was a decent race too. Just a little bit of an edge at the beginning, and IP just wasn't any chance for him to make it up after that. Like you kind of mentioned it, that early super skip out kind of started there. And it looks like they might be bringing in the runners for interviews here.
Well, they should have their invites. Let's see.
We have to pull them in. They have to pull themselves in.
No, they can just come in. They don't have to wait for us. see. Looks like IP is in here. We needs to unmute, and we just need to get Kupo in here.
Hey, I'm here. Yes, hello.
Yeah.
Hello?
I saw you all chat a little bit of chat in the race room. The 0 movement items.
Yeah, that was fun.
It's like,
Oh, there's Kupo coming back.
just needs to join the live on air.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, the one of the big early moments was you didn't check Old Mother Brain with the bombs to get a super pack that would have made your life a lot easier.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, I totally forgot about it. Just totally slipped my mind.
And then it was like 230 missiles was an E-tank. BT, as it turned out, BT, they were all E-tanks. Like, you guys had the Chozo E-tanks so early. It was like, okay, if there was ever a seed that wanted you to do hell runs, this was it. Okay. Oh, wait, you could have had Wavy with the right super. High jump with a super attack. Oof. And speed at plasma. Yeah, those were bad places for those.
Yeah.
No, not getting those.
Gross. Yeah. No, I had a moment where I was really considering just skipping the 3 majors I left in criteria, which were at Bomb, Chorizo, 230, and Gauntlet. And I feel like if I had skipped it instead of coming back to clear it out, that could have helped me, because that was a huge chunk of just wasted time. And I was just so sure I was going to get speed or something up there. I was just like, oh, they gave me screw. They really want me to go up there, but no.
I mean, they did, because they wanted you to get those logical E-tanks for hell runs. But I talk about this a lot in Chozo. Sometimes if you once you get enough number of E-tanks that you feel comfortable with a hell run, I don't think it's necessarily worth going back and looking for the logic, because sometimes the logic is just E-tanks to put the hell runs that you can already do in logic.
Yeah, you're right. Live and learn.
Kupo? Oh, there's Kupo. Okay.
Yeah, GG's, Kupo.
Oh, thanks. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, we can hear you. I just
cool.
wasn't sure at first.
Cool. How did I win that? I was just expecting to see, the dot done from, like the entire last 10 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I can see where. I mean, the seed was pretty straightforward. Just that you early on, like the big moment early on was you got supers at 230 missiles, not 230 at Old Mother Brain, and
okay.
just forget that, just skip that. So
where was high jump and speed?
Let's see. Speed was at GT, I think. And one was at GT, the other was at Plasma. I saw on the credits. Now I'm forgetting which one's which.
Plasma, and maybe
okay. Chat saying high jump at GT. Yeah. Speed at Plasma. So basically, places you're not likely to go.
I think I tried. I tried the green gate glitch, and then I was just running out of supers, and I already had. Yeah, that was optional, so it's just whatever.
Yeah, I think that was maybe it wasn't needed at that point. Whatever was going to be there could be useful, but you also were in a situation where you would have had to get out with either a spring ball jump or bomb jumping. So
yeah, you might have actually
lost
lost
one a few times,
time.
but I knew it was going to be a time sink.
High jump's nice to have, though. I mean, I wouldn't blame you for going and getting it if you know it's there, but yeah.
If you can get out, yeah. Which you had bombs, but I mean, it would have been tricky.
Yeah, that was, I don't know. I felt like I just got super lucky getting Varia, and after that I was just like, I think I picked it up late, so I was just trying to rush through the rest of the time.
Yeah, IP, you got it. Your ordering of Varia versus the rest of Norfair was a little better, because you got it on the way in.
Right, yeah.
Whereas Kupo, you got it on the way out, and then it looked like you were which way you were kind of hedging your bets on which way to go through LN. So you ended up doing the front because it was a little more convenient to get to that location, I assume. But then, it's just slower that way with considering your item loadout. So.
Yeah, no, it was a fun one. Really enjoyed it. GG's IP.
GG, Kupo. I can't wait to see what you did. I want to watch this race. It should be cool.
Yeah, it was a fun one.
Yeah, it was fun. And I like, even though, you know, I'd made some bad choices, I was pretty okay with how I played for the most part till I got to the end. And I already knew that Kupppo had won, so I was kind of half paying attention anyway, and I just blew a bunch of missiles and Mother Brain on Zebs, and
okay.
I didn't have quite enough, so I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna reset and do this.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, I mean, you had enough. You could have refilled, but yeah, I can understand not wanting to take the extra time as well. So.
Yeah, it was just like, I forget it at this point. I mean, if I hadn't seen that dot done, obviously I would have soldiered on.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Not everybody does that, so I appreciate when people wait on the done. So, anything else either one of you wants to add before we go ahead and close this out?
Super fun tournament. Thanks for doing this, and thanks for the restream and everything. This is so fun to watch the races throughout the week and then play once a week. It's great.
Yeah, exactly. Same. I was just gonna say thank you, Tracy. You're one of the organizers of this tournament, so thank you specifically, and all the other organizers. Thanks to SpeedGaming and Chat. Chat is a gallery of some of the best players of Super Metroid in the whole world during this tournament, so it's pretty amazing. So yeah, just thank you to everybody involved, and I really appreciate the chance to get out here and embarrass myself sometimes.
All right, thanks, guys. Good luck in your final week.
All right, great. Thanks.
All right, so we do have more races on the schedule. Going on right now over on SpeedGaming 4, we have MM2 and S Cartridge versus Dirksu. At 8 o'clock, we have Snake versus GamerX. That'll also be on SpeedGaming 4. At 9 o'clock, we have a big 4-1 match between Bressingham and Asger over on SpeedGaming 2. At 10 o'clock, we have two matches. The key one being Bonus versus Lomi and Jones over on SpeedGaming. That is a 3-2 match. So one of those, a 3-2 match. So one of those two is going to get eliminated tonight from competition. Obviously, we'll still be able to finish out the Swiss. Also at 10 o'clock, we have Smellin versus Gameaholic. That'll be over on SpeedGaming 6. And at 11 o'clock, we have Dasser versus Count Cranberry. And that'll be over on SpeedGaming 2. So we have a full slate of restreams tonight. All SpeedGaming tonight is Super Metroid Land. So lots more races for you all to watch. That's going to do it for us. Idle Child, thank you for joining me. Aussie on tracking, always our MVP. So big thanks to Aussie for doing the tracking. And Idle Child, if you want to take us out?
I think you pretty much covered it. Yeah, thanks for joining me on comms. And follow the runners, and see you all next mission.